Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I've got two designs to show you. This is from Tony Lai, and I saw this on Instagram, and also this one that I saw on Instagram by Tony Lai, which I love both designs, so I'm going to mix both of them together. So I start off with the pinky finger, and here I'm using CJP Amour, and I'm just building first a full finger of this Amour. And then once I've allowed it to set a little bit, it just starts turning matte, I'll use some threading cotton just to do the cutout at the bottom finger. I have sped this video up quite a lot because it was about 50 minutes long and I didn't think anybody would sit through this for 50 minutes, so I've sped it up quite a lot. So that's the pinky finger. I'll just build it up a little bit more for that wall, just so I've got something for my next colour to butt up against. This ring finger is going to be just a glitter fade, so I start off with Amour again at the cuticle area and just blend it down over to the tip. I'm sorry my phone keeps going in and out of focus here, but you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just blending it down. And then at the tip I'm using Opal Quartz by CJP, and I'm just putting that on the tip and blending it back up towards the cuticle. I then get a little heart that I got off Amazon, I think I bought these from, and just place it in that bottom corner. So this is a ring finger and I do exactly the same as a baby finger here. So I'm just putting a bead on at the cuticle area and then walking it down the nail. I don't know what I was thinking when I did this nail. I built this cuticle area super thick. I've been watching it back and I keep seeing myself adding more product, and I'm like, what are you doing? Stop it. And then I keep adding even more. So I have no idea what I was thinking when I was doing this nail, but I did sort it all out in the end with my file. So yeah, look at it, look how thick it is. Yeah, so I do exactly the same again with the threaded cotton. Just cut that corner off. And then I come in with yet more product and put that on. See how thick it is at that cuticle and nothing at the tip. Never mind. So the thumb is exactly the same as the ring finger. I couldn't see what the thumb was on Tony's picture because he didn't picture the thumb. So I decided to just do a glitter fade, as that was my favourite nail at the end. This thumbnail was, I thought these two colours go lovely together. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing this again with these glitter fades. So here we go with the middle finger. This is the other design that I want to do. Now, this is the first time I've ever attempted this, and there's loads that I would do differently if I was to do it again. One of those things would be this bit, putting this little dot on first. Yeah, so I'll put a flower on and then I'll just encapsulate that flower and try and make it into a circle. Looking back and thinking about it, I wish I'd have worked from the cuticle area first, filed all that area in, and then done this dot. But as I said, this is the very first time I've ever tried this, and you know, we don't learn anything until you try it. So yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm just building up that dot quite high, because I've got to file it all out later. This is the second half of the design at the top, so I'll start off with one large flower. I just wet the nail and then pick up some of the smaller flowers that I cut up. I mean, these ones I just bought off Amazon, but you can get them from eBay or pretty much anywhere now. But I put a lot of these little flowers on, just getting this sort of shape that I want. Once I've finished putting all the flowers on, I then put on some little butterflies, which I can't remember the name of them, but I know I got them from CJP. There's no name on the little container, but I do know I got them from CJP. So if you go on their website and just have a look, and it's just like different coloured butterflies. There's like green ones, pink ones, purple ones. So they're really nice actually. It's been a while since I've last used them, but they did go really nice in this little cutout design. So once I've put all those on the nails, I then use crystal glass to encapsulate that bit and sort of use my brush to make the general shape. I'm now going back and encapsulating that ring finger and the thumb with crystal glass. I'm now just filing in those cutout designs, just using my file nice and flat against that acrylic, and filing up against acrylic, not down on the nail. I then use CJP Barbie Girl in the cutout area, and I just tuck it into that little corner at the side wall and try and keep it as neat as I can. Look at that thick cuticle. Well, anyway, once I've put in this Barbie girl, I then just allow them to set, and then I just file over gently just to make sure those lines are nice and crisp. And then I decide to encapsulate the whole nail with some crystal glass. So here, because I couldn't get my file in the little area, which is hence the reason I said I wish I'd done the top part first and then the bottom bit second. So I used one of these little drill bits and just went around the edges just to sharpen up the edges and get the shape. It worked quite well actually, it wasn't too bad. But I didn't quite get the shape that I wanted because I just couldn't get in there and around it as I could have done with a file. So in hindsight, I mean, I'm sure I'll do this design again, even if it's just a practice. I will do the cuticle area first and file that into a nice shape, and then I'll do the small dot at the bottom. So as you can see, I've changed my file, my drill bit here to a more of a pointy one, so I could get into those little crevices. And once I'd finished getting all the shape that the best I could, I then go over with my dusty brush to brush it all off and a bit of monommer to clean the area, and then I use Amour to fill in the gaps. And in hindsight, I wish I'd used a Barbie girl, but because Barbie girl is a design powder, not strength powder, I would have had to put it in the gaps and then cap it, so I went with Amour. But I think I should have gone for a darker colour like Tony Lai did in his design, either a black or a dark grey. It would have made those flowers pop a little bit more, but I've decided to go for the Amour because it went with the rest of the set. Onto my filing routine. So I'll start off at the pinky. It's exactly the same as what I normally do, which is free edge, up the one side wall, around the cuticle, down the other side, and then across the top. Filing underneath to get rid of any rough bits, and smoothing it all over, making sure my apex is in the correct place, looking down the barrel of the nail to check that it's even on both sides, and then I go over with a buffer block. The middle finger, I decided when I came to it, it was super thick. So I decided I'd come back to that one last, and I go over with my Efile just to debulk it all. And then I go back with my hand file and do my normal filing routine. So as you can see, I spent ages on that cuticle area, filing it all down. I don't know what I was thinking on this set, making it that high, but I did use my file to file it all down, so it looked okay in the end. And now for the good bit, the top coating. So I use one thin layer of my usual top coat, which is CJP tack free top coat, and that is a set complete. Now this middle finger, it wasn't perfect. It was okay. It was good for a first attempt. And like I said, next time I do one of these, I will do it the opposite way around, and I'm sure I could get a much better shape and finish on it. But for a first attempt, I was quite pleased, really, even though it's not perfect. I think, you know, you've got to start somewhere with these things. So more practice, and I'm sure I'll get better at them as I go along. And that's what this channel's about, just me practicing, doing different designs, recording my progress. So let me know what you thought of the video in the comments. Please give me a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed to this channel, please do. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.